Good morning. Hi. And then thought, is my mic turned off? Hi, how you doing? So my loves, I'm doing a live at 10 a.m-ish here in the UK, which I do know is a time which is probably pretty rubbish for a lot of you to come live. I'm sorry about that. It's just tends to be when I get space, you know what I mean, when Eliza's kind of getting herself ready in the morning and whatever, where I can come and speak to you. Oh, it's really, that light's really coming through the blind. Hang on, I'm just gonna go and wiggle and see if I can get rid of that little bit of blaring light there. I don't know. Right, I'm here. Sorry to abandon you. I'm here, my loves. Hi! Right, so I'm here and you can watch me on replay. Say hi if you watch on replay, please do. I've got my cards here, which I'm giving a shuffle to. So I'll pull one in a minute, but I'll just invite you to feel into if you've got something around you today that you'd like the card to guide you with. And we can all feel into that. So, how are you looking after yourselves? How are you doing? And this morning, my friend left me a voicemail. Good morning, Lindsay. And there was all of these wishes of happy new moon, happy opening of the eclipse season, happy moving into the Chinese New Year of the fire horse. And I sent a message back to them and I said, do you have absolutely no idea, no sense of priority about what is going on today? It's flipping pancake day. Can we honour the stuff that really matters? So, as a family with a teen whose one of their special interests is very much special occasions, Pancake Day is very important because it is a special occasion. Don't particularly care about pancakes at all, but it doesn't matter. It's about marking the moment. So for us, Pancake Day means we are going to do our tradition of a flipping pancake race around the garden. If you're not in the UK, do you even do Pancake Day? I don't know. Is it a bit of a British thing? Probably, isn't it? But we do a pancake race around the garden, and so we will definitely be doing that. We are also going down to our village hall. We live in a little village in the middle of nowhere, and our WI, the Women's Institute, often do like fundraising things that are family orientated, which I'm so grateful because there's absolutely nothing else happens in our village. I'm very grateful for them. And today they are making pancakes, so we're going down for that. And then we'll whatever else comes Pancake Day wise. But it is also Chinese New Year, so we've got two special occasions in one day, which is a little bit like circuit buzzing for my daughter. She manages it better these days than when she was younger, and these things all landed at the same time. It's like, I don't know what to do with it. But we talked about the fact that actually Chinese New Year, my stepmom's Chinese, so we have good insights to this. Chinese New Year is actually not celebrated on a day. It's a you know, an opening period for Chinese New Year today. So we can bring that into, you know, later in the week, so that's fine. Celebrating Chinese New Year, by the way, involves like sticking up some lanterns and getting a Chinese takeaway kind of thing, making it sound like a big thing, but it needs to be marked. So that's us. And this is still, I've got my blind down and it's still like light coming through. I don't know, it just wants to come through. But putting all that aside, yes, big universal energies today of new beginnings, of fire, driving us forward. And for those of you who are interested, I'm no expert on any of these things, but I'm, you know, I love to follow along, and I'm very curious about it. But Chinese New Year, we're just coming out of the year of the wood snake, which is all about shedding and release and letting go. And the final period of that recently has been quite uncomfortable and painful and stripping bare and shocking for many of us. So I just want to hold space and honour that if that's been going on for you. And we're moving into the fire horse, so lots of kind of Aries energy if you're into astrology, and fire, and you know, and what's going to be really important is that we really live in our truth and stay present in the truth of our body and honour and nurture ourselves if we want to not burn out with that fire. So lots of self-care as we are taken into that space. So let's see what card wants to come. So just tune into whatever's present for you. We've got some new things, kind of tangible new things going on for us today. Eliza's got a new dance class. If you're interested in human design, talk about that sometimes. And by the way, if you are interested in human design, Steph, who's in our group, big part of our community, my home ed community as well as PDA community, Steph, I will tag her, is our parenting by human design expert, and it's so empowering to see the interplay of your human form design and your children's human form design and how you can really work together. And so my daughter is what's known as a manifestor. So she is designed to kind of come in and rule and claim what's going to be hers. You know, manifestor kind of says it all, doesn't she? And she is a powerful manifestor. And she really wanted this dance class opportunity to open. And here it is today, where her and another girl are going to a small home ed dance group designed just for her, literally just for her. I can't tell you how much has gone into curating the exact experience she wants of this, to have this dance class, the place, the time, the teacher, the whole, everything that's gone into it has just been completely her creation. And here we are going to try that today. So that's just really cool. So she's got that before her usual pole play, which is her big sort of community at the moment. Oh, there's the card that wants to come. Oh, interesting. There's the card that wants to come. Okay, so I'm loving that. I'm going to tell you the card in a sec, but I'm going to tell you a story first. Talking about Pancake Day, it took me back to when she was little. Our tradition was always to go to a town near us, actually the town where she was born, because she was born at home and we lived there at the time, and we would always go there because it was it's a beautiful, very amusingly British town with lots of history that they love to celebrate. So they do lots of reenactments, and you can kind of go there and they'll be like dressed up and shooting guns, and it was crazy. Anyway, the town crier, you know, go ole, ole, with the bell and all that. But they have a big minster, big church minster, and they have always done a big pancake race around the minster, and sometimes people dress, there's all different categories, people dress up for it. And when she was little, she really wanted to do the kids race, but hashtag PDA, didn't want to run, wanted to be carried, okay? So when she was 2, I could carry her, I could race, I could flip the pancake on the corners, go around and live to tell the tale. But by the time we were getting on for 4, I cannot tell you how much I was dreading this race. It was so exhausting to carry around this minster. And it just came back to me today thinking about Pancake Day. So actually running around the garden with her flipping pancakes feels a lot more open for me than that. Although it was nice memories and we've got lovely photos. You know how it is. But the exhaustion definitely permeates through my memories. Okay, the card today, change direction. This could not be more beautiful for the time we're in today. So I've talked about we're coming into the year of the horse, but also coming into eclipse season. There's going to be so much change wanting to come through us. So let's see what the cards got to invite us into, and feel into this through whatever your intention was that you were holding, whatever you're working with at the moment. Know that healing sometimes depends on the strength, willingness and ability to change direction. That's just so, I just really want to reflect on that, because it really, I get my guides nudged through like things to point out sometimes. And what really came through for me there was the strength, because I think sometimes we can feel like we're being flaky or weak when we change direction, change our mind, go and do something different. We can feel like we got it wrong in the first place, or we made a mistake, or we're just, you know, being weak-willed in some way. And actually that willingness to be open to stay flexible and fluid like water, and go with and change direct. Well, in this case, wind, isn't it? Because it's we've got one of these on the house opposite us, so it's a really nice reminder for me, you know, to change with the flow of nature and the energies is a strength, huge strength. Okay, many people postpone doing so due to fear or laziness. No label there. Maybe procrastination. And then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Your goal: to make one solid, effective healing choice by the end of the day, hashtag second demand, that can positively change the direction of your life. So if we take the demands out of that and we just say, is there something within you that is inviting you, that is alive for you, that feels exciting for you, that feels correct for you, that is a choice you want to make, or that you feel like you're receiving and you're open to flow with, you know, that could positively change the direction for you or your family, or actually just acknowledging that it's both, because our individual energy, we underestimate this so much. Our individual energy is a mini cosmos, isn't it? It's like it's the whole of everything inside us, and a change inside us is a change outside. They're completely intertwined. They're not separate. So whatever we're witnessing going on out there that we feel like we want to change, we have to go, where is that in me? And journey with that and allow that change within if we want to see a change going on outside. And that can be really hard, can't it? If what we're seeing on the outside is something we feel angry about, or something we feel hatred around, or something we feel bitter about, you know, to take that and say, where's that inside of me? Oh, that's really courageous. So I just really want to honour you if you're open and willing and able to be doing that work at that level. You're my people, and I just want to give you lots of love. So yeah, that's huge. So remember, for those of you who are feeling intensity, doing the work on an individual level and doing the work inside does not mean doing it alone. And you can absolutely walk with us in community here at Peace with PDA. Remember, we've got our chat the weekend, we've got this group space. Remember, we've got our cards on a Friday if you want some more guidance and inspiration as the week's unfolding. Remember, on a Wednesday evening, I offer group Reiki healing, which all that means, nothing magical and mystical. It means me holding intention and bringing through me my intention for the highest and greatest good and energy for you and your loved ones, whatever your intention is, and just holding that space. Don't underestimate the power that we all have when we visualize, when we intend, when we hold space for the best, for the greatest and highest good. It's vibrational work, and it leans into stuff that I couldn't even begin to explain to you, but is backed up by quantum physics and all kinds of scientific knowledge in this day and age, that, you know, that we now have that blessing of having that sort of more solid foundation of understanding how that works when we talk about heart healing and energy work, you know, that was maybe a bit more mystical once upon a time. Really backed up by science in modern day, but don't ask me to break it down. Okay, so remember, all those things are there for you. Also, if you are looking for more structural support around something you're walking with, remember that I do offer online sessions for you. So I do parent support sessions if what you're wanting is to lean into whatever intensity you're walking through right now. There are no limits on that. It can be a challenge that you're walking that feels like it's got the label of parenting, but it can also be I'm a PDA parent and I've got this personal challenge and I need somebody who can hold space for me in the wholeness of who I am and what my family is and what my lifestyle is. So it doesn't matter if it's to do with your health or your relationships or your work or your money or whatever it is, you know, I hold space for you as a PDA parent, not just because it's a parenting challenge, if that makes sense. Those things that are completely interconnected, but I think it can be a misperception, an assumption that we can only talk about parenting stuff. And that's just absolutely not the case. When I was walking through, especially my younger years, you know, when Eliza was younger, and I was in so much intensity in terms of I was just so, you know, physically, emotionally and mentally needed to be so consistently present that it felt like there was no space for me. Those little moments where I would get to share with a friend or share with a therapist anything about me was so flipping precious. But finding somebody who could be a container for me with the life I was living was so hard. I would reach out to my kind of therapeutic connections that I had in my previous life, but they could only take me to so far because they hadn't journeyed with what I was walking with, and they would want to bring in things that they would understand from the paradigm they sat in, completely understandably. You know, no anger or bitterness in this at all. But it was challenging because they would start to talk about boundaries with my child and setting limits and things that just didn't hold space for what I was walking with. And I needed somebody who could hold me as I was into this new expansive phase in my life, what my parenting was teaching me and who I was growing into. And that was really hard to find, so I chose to become that person for you. I would love to be that person for you. So if you would like that space, you can book one-to-one online parent support sessions with me. Also, if you don't know, I do the EFT tapping, which is really, really valuable work if you feel like either physically or emotionally you've got signs that your nervous system really needs support as you're walking through healing and growth. So that can be stress, that can be anxiety, but it can also be physical illness that starts to show up in our burnout and our wear down. And it can also be if we're falling into habits and patterns that aren't serving us, it can help to break us free. It's about walking with, supporting our body and our nervous system as we walk through where our mind wants to take us, you know. So EFT is something that I've been working with deeply in my own life and professional life since my early 20s, which is quite a while now. So you're very welcome to book those things with me. I also, for those of you who are interested in it, offer unschooling for those who are going into the home ed world or want to go more deeply into their journey. I'm a radical unschooler as a mum myself, lifelong with Eliza, so I really love to hold that space if there's stuff you're releasing in your own journey as a family or an individual, and even if you're not home edding as a PDA parent, if not unschooling, then deconditioning, because whatever you're walking, it's not the mainstream path, I know that for sure. So absolutely can book those times with me at any point, and I just wanted to shout out for that. I need to blow my nose, excuse me, one moment. Okay, so my lovelies, I've got to get ready and go and take my daughter down to pancakes now, but I want to just send you so much love. Thank you for coming and tuning in and hanging out with me and being here. If you've got people in your community who are looking into PDA, you know, remember to invite them into our space, because then this is something you can share together, this growth work, and you know, just invite them to come and know that they are not alone as they're walking with this. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here and listening to little old me. Take super, super care of yourself. And if not before, I see you next week. Okay, bye.